Morning and welcome to Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I am your host, Jay Soul, and it's such a wonderful day. It's a wonderful Friday on the island of Tobago, and I'm so happy, I'm so honored that you're joining us. Thank you for inviting me into your space, into your lives. I'm hoping that we can make you a bit lighter, a bit happier, just by looking at us and listening and being a part of what we have to offer on Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are live on the Amplia Network 102, Facebook, and so you know exactly where to go if you want to get more Brunch, a taste of Tobago. I just want to say blessings to you, and in case no one has you today, special, and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, just a rundown of how this thing goes. I know some of you are new because, it's creating quite a buzz, about the type of show we have, the type of visitors that we have to the set. And it's often a very vast conversation. So for those of you who are just joining us, we have so many wonderful segments. Like I said, today is Friday and it's a wonderful day. And we have so many segments. So first of all, good stuff is a staple of the brunch set. This is where we highlight our sons and daughters, kings and queens who are doing wonderful things in our space, in the Caribbean, and of course the world. And so we start with the news day today, which is a wonderful story. Sunsets for Betty aims to unravel the Plymouth tombstone mystery. The Betty Stephen tombstone in Plymouth, Tobago has been shrouded in mystery and intrigue for generations. The epitaph on it reads, in part, "She was a mother without knowing it, and a wife without letting her husband know it, except by her kind indulgences to him," continues to baffle locals and visitors alike. And while the tombstone is one of the island's tourist attractions and remains a major speaking point, there has been paucity of material about the life of this young, enslaved Tobagonian woman, her death, and the inscription. So this is one of those instances where our unique culture is taking center stage. And I love the fact that we get the chance to really showcase what we are all about. We get to showcase our culture and our history. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Next, I take you to The Guardian. The search for Tobago's maritime heritage. On March 3rd, 1677, Rockley Bay in Tobago became a fierce battleground when the French and Dutch engaged in deadly war for the island. The French were defeated with 13 or more of their flagships and other vessels destroyed and approximately 3,000 people lost. Ruins and artifacts remain on the seabed. Some were excavated and returned, while some are safely stored. Today, research into the sunken Hui de Kroningen battleships continues. In 2012, Associate Professor of Maritime Archaeology at the University of Connecticut and Archaeology Institute of Americas, Professor Kroom Bajravalv, initiated an exercise, a request to link with Tobago. Again, our history and our culture is so unique. Everyone wants a piece. Everyone wants to uncover our natural treasures. I take you now to the Daily Express. Evolved Nyla celebrates 26. Nyla Blackman believes she's entering her creative prime. Nyla, on the eve of her 26th birthday celebrations, says she is creatively firing and feels evolved. The sweet and local singer will mark the occasion with a special performance at a tropical nightclub in San Fernando tomorrow night. The public is invited to purchase tickets to the festivities at the door, and Nyla will also be launching her annual Soca Origins Carnival concert set for January 7th on that night. So again, we are showcasing so much of our culture. You know, it's a wonderful, wonderful time in the fabric of Trinidad and Tobago. And I, for one, am very proud. I hope that you are as well, because our sons and our daughters, let me reiterate, are doing wonderful, positive things for humanity. And that is something that we need to always highlight and to celebrate. So before I take a break, let me just tell you a bit about what's going on today. Like I said, it's Friday. It's a wonderful one at that. And of course, we have our health corner. Dr. Faith B. Yisrael joins us. And today we celebrate World AIDS Day. So that should be such an interesting conversation. So you guys don't want to miss that one. Also, we have Shannon Forrester George and Dr. Joanne Nichols of Shekinah Dance Ministries. New Fire, the prophetic release. I am actually looking forward to that discussion. That conversation is going to be so amazing. You guys need to stay tuned. And of course, no stranger to our cultural landscape and our cultural fabric, Mrs. Arlene Daniel joins us. Arlene is the director of artistry at the Rhythmic Vibrations folk group. Such a wonderful group of young men and women who are taking the culture by storm and flying the flag of Trinidad and Tobago high. So we are going to be discussing the Christmas concert that is upon us, and it's definitely something that you don't want to miss. Also, Miss Tobago. This has been a buzz for some time now, the Miss Trinidad and Tobago pageant. And I just want to thank the co-founders and directors at Cocoa Velvet, who are doing the most right now in Tobago and really looking for our young women and allowing them to have that platform to express themselves. So good morning to you. Ricia Ali Lindo joins us today, and you know, it's a wonderful discussion to have. Also, let me mention my good friend Mr. Nathan, who is here. And you know, I'm so excited because I want to delve into so much. I know a lot has been happening in this space, and he has a lot that he has to bring to the fore. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Get your snacks, get your drinks, and meet me right here for Brunch, a taste of Tobago. See you guys soon.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Suffering with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. We been drinking with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. Sign up now, % off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
Wait, I don't even have suit and thing for this wedding. Why getting them thing?
Well, the port right over there.
Alright, thanks.
The Port Mall, where the varieties are large from your favorite stores, from restaurants to salons and from clothing stores to jewelry stores, located at Sanctus Hill, Scarborough, Tobago. Telephone number is 868-334-6589.
Wow. I didn't expect to see you here. Look good.
Thanks. It's all because of you and Port Mall. But here now I'm going to tell whether you want to join me.
Yeah, that's okay.
Beat the rush and come on down to the Port Mall.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause B-Mobile they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prices, cause this season will be your nice. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price. The most giveaways, the most parang. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Bring me sorry, let me toast to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Tobago Christmas. Be mobile. Life is on.
And we are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. Remember, I am your host, JW Moore, also known as J Soul, and I'm just a small part of the team that makes it happen right here on Tobago Updates Television. Let me say a pleasant good morning to my technical crew, my production crew. Thank you so much. You are so wonderful. You are so patient, and you are so professional at your job. It is definitely a joy working with you. Now, today is World AIDS Day, and we need to have a discussion on World AIDS Day. It's so important. It's such a pivotal aspect of what's going on in our cultural fabric or society today. And my first guest, it gives me so much pleasure. I am so honored. I even told her I've been waiting for a long time because she's on everybody else's show and she never came to Brunch. But she's here today. And you know, I take the time to welcome of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, the Honorable Faith B. Yisrael.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much. It is true I have not been here before, so thank you so much for having me. Apologies, but I'm here now.
Yes.
And we have sister here going on, which I'm loving.
Oh, love it. You know the thing. So how have you been?
I have been pretty good. It's been very busy. It's been a hectic, what feels like one very long day that has lasted 2 years.
Yeah, so
but
it's like a journey.
It's a journey, but it is really good. I'm actually enjoying it. I tell people that it's something that if I were to become a millionaire tomorrow, I would still do exactly this.
And I love the fact that you said that because it just speaks to your purpose. It speaks to your focus. And what you're saying is no matter what, how the tables turn, how the wind may blow, how the chips may fall, this is what I'm called to do.
Yeah, this certainly is.
Yeah.
And I am glad to have the opportunity to use my technical capacity to ensure that the island that raised me, the island that, you know, my neighbor string berry here kind of thing, that I could give back to this island.
Definitely.
And I am proud of that.
Yeah, I am proud too because I make it my duty to really hail the sons and the daughters of Tobago, the kings and the queens
Certainly.
of Tobago. And we have so much that we need to be proud of. And I want us to remember that. Let's get back to our sense of pride.
Yeah, Tobago are very proud people.
Yes.
And I say that, because, sometimes people say proud and it's not a positive thing. I am using it in the positive light.
Yes,
we are a
definitely.
proud people, we are a happy people, we are polite people, we are loving, caring. And yes, sometimes we seem to forget that, and we need to get back to those qualities that made us distinctly, uniquely Tobago.
Definitely. And you said it so well. So World AIDS Day. Now, this is such a big deal because we've been taking so many steps to right wrongs, to correct all these stigmas and all of that is just like a whole other vibe. And as the young people say, what's going on in the space?
Certainly. So yes, today is World AIDS Day. It's December 1st, celebrated as World AIDS Day for quite some time now. The theme this year is Let Communities Lead, which is a theme that I am hoping we could push for the entire year that is coming forward. Of course, we are now living with HIV for 42 years. We've been living, as in the world discovered HIV 42 years ago, and we've been making significant strides. I think we've actually gotten to a very good place. We are in a very good place in Trinidad and Tobago, and a lot of people didn't even realize that Trinidad and Tobago, because of our public health care system, we have been fortunate to be able to provide really good HIV-related medication for free to the end user. So we have actually been in a very good place as it relates to HIV treatment for quite some time. So we have relatively low numbers of deaths associated with HIV, because people are taking the medication, and once you take the medication, you can live with HIV forever and ever and ever and die of old age. We are at that point with the medication, which is amazing. As a matter of fact, we are at the point where you can be identified as undetectable, meaning your viral load, which is how much of the virus is floating around in your body, is so low that if you take the very basic HIV test that you can take, it will actually read as negative. So if you are actually taking your medication and being healthy and exercising and sleeping well and doing all of those other things, you can get to the point where you really are living with HIV and living until you're old and gray and just dying because you have done your time on earth and God has been good to you.
Yeah, so it's no longer, because the stigma that came along was like, okay, it's a death sentence.
And at first it was. At first it was because we didn't understand what it was, because the science behind it wasn't as clear. But after a while, after we figured out exactly what was happening, and we were able to create the concoctions to help the body fight it, we've been able to make good strides as it relates to that. The other side, though, which is why I think something like World AIDS Day is so important, is people are no longer dying of HIV. We are still seeing too many new cases, which means people are not necessarily protecting themselves and preventing themselves from getting infected.
The spread.
Preventing the spread, exactly. And that is where I think we need to go back and do a little bit more of our focus to say, okay, yes, we know if you have it, and if you already have it, you don't have to die. We have the treatment. We can work with you. But if you don't have it, you need to ensure you do everything in your power to not contract HIV. And that is why I think we still need to have the conversations, and we still need to have the hard conversations about how you get HIV, what are the things you can do to prevent yourself from getting HIV, and so forth.
Yeah, and the discussion has changed a bit. I don't know how fast it is changing, but it has changed a bit with regards to being just a little more open, to the reality that is HIV and AIDS. And in the past, we had some problems with people coming forward, being afraid that, there was no secrecy or
confidentiality.
Yes, confidentiality if they came in, and so people would stay away, people would be apprehensive, hesitant, but that has changed somewhat. But we still have
we've made significant strides with that. I do think, though, that because we are a small island state, and literally everybody knows everybody kind of thing, we have to work harder now at being confidential, because I have seen situations where you did not mean to disclose somebody's status, but because of what you said and because people could put 2 and 2 and make 4 kind of thing, it came out. So we have to be more purposeful in ensuring that if someone does come forward, if they are diagnosed, that information stays there, whether it's in the health system, whether it's in the social protection education component of it, it stays there. And if that person wants to disclose, because in some instances we encourage that you should disclose your HIV status, depending on what the situation is, then we would help you and we would allow the person to lead that process for themselves. So it is not somebody else disclosing for them. So yes, that was an issue before. We still have a little bit of it to deal with, but I think we've also gotten quite a way. And I think because the image of HIV is changing.
Oh, yes.
Because remember when we started, the pictures were of these individuals who looked sick. They were, you know, thin, they had stuff on their skin, you know, there was the thrush, there was the stuff on the lips. Those were the images we saw of HIV. But people are living with HIV now and walking up and down the street, and you have no idea. I have friends and family and so forth who've been living with HIV for 20 and 30 years. And when I say living, I mean that in exactly that. Living with HIV.
You know, one of the things that, and I know the viewers may be looking on, where does one go for, first of all, you have to do some sort of screening, consultation, examination. Where does the journey start?
Certainly, and we have several options in Tobago. The health system, so to the centers, primarily Roxborough, Scarborough, Canaan, or any of the others. They don't do the screening every single day, so it depends on the center that you will have need to make a specific appointment. Right. You can go to the Tobago Health Promotion Clinic, which is up what we would call Old Fort, where the hospital used to be. You can go up there and you can get tested for HIV or anytime there. Or you can really just go to any of the private labs. So there are all of these private labs all over, choices. And I actually tell people that that is something that you should be doing all the time. Go to the private lab if you don't want to go to the health centers or the hospitals, and just say, you know what, I want to test for everything, particularly all of the STIs, the sexually transmitted infections. So just test me for everything. It doesn't cost that much. And if you do that once a year, then you know that, at least you know where you are as it relates to your STI status generally. And then that allows you to be guided with what you do for the rest of the year going forward. So there are so many options. There are so many options to get tested for HIV.
And that is this is so wonderful. I'm so happy that I'm actually getting to have this discussion. Had I not been doing this show, I don't think I would be able to have this type of open dialogue and discussion on HIV and AIDS. But let's just come off the HIV and AIDS for a minute here. And let's talk about this wonderful ensemble that you are gracing us with today.
So, but all of this, so these pins, and what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is probably 1/10 of the pins that I have. These are all HIV related pins. Right. They are all pins that I have gathered because I've been doing work with HIV forever, as far back as I can remember. My dissertation was on HIV. My undergrad paper was on HIV. I actually went to Tanzania and studied a small community that was treating with HIV and so forth. Right. So these are the pins that are related to Trinidad and Tobago, or not related to any other country specifically, because one of the things we do when you go to these conferences and so forth, there's a country pin and you exchange pins. So I have at least 50 pins, and I just picked these to rock today.
Because you came in with the red and just brightened up everywhere, and I shook my head because I said, oh, was I supposed to wear red today? I'm so sorry, I just did not get the memo in time. So I had to speak on it. And guys, we need to get a shoe cam, because if you're seeing the boots, it's the boots for me, you know, the boots for me.
And you know what was funny? A couple years ago, I actually had a pair of red boots, and I thought this morning, gosh, I wish I had those still. I would have definitely rocked it today.
Light up the place.
Yep.
But I'm loving the conversation, you know, that is changing with regards to HIV and AIDS. It's a bit more open.
Yes.
Yeah. So like for people who come in, is there a specific age range that you see, or it's just a vast maturity in terms of age?
So what we are encouraging everyone. So let's go back a little bit to HIV 101.
Right.
The HIV is transmitted via bodily fluids. Bodily include, of course, blood. It includes fluids that are transferred via sexual contact.
Right.
So semen, vaginal discharges, and that kind of thing. So because and it can also be transmitted from mother to child. So during breastfeeding, because breast milk is one of the fluids with HIV that can have HIV in it, or during the time of birth. You know, when you're giving birth and there's all of the fluids, the blood and all of that happening at that time, that is an opportunity for the child to get infected.
Yes.
So because those are the mechanisms by which you can get HIV, we are focusing on bottom, top, 0 to as old as you can get, because it means you have there's the possibility that you have been at risk for HIV, you are exposed to HIV. So we have mothers, when you go to if you are pregnant and you're going to the health centers for your prenatal clinics, one of the things you actually get at that point is a test. They ask you, do you be tested for HIV, simply because you are pregnant. There's that we can give to the mother, for example. If the mother is HIV positive, that can prevent the mother from passing HIV to the child. Right. So the conversation happens at every stage. And one of the things that I am actually encouraging is, because a big chunk of how HIV is passed is through sexual contact. It means we have to have very open and honest conversations about sex.
Yeah.
And once we have those open and honest conversations about sex, we can talk about healthy sexuality, which includes ensuring that you protect yourself from getting HIV, or even if you do have HIV, that you can still have a healthy sex life.
Yes. And be considerate of your partner. That's the other thing, because some people have it and they, there's still those that don't. Sometimes you don't know because you're not getting tested.
Exactly.
So there's no conversation at all there. And then everyone is exposed. And we don't want that. We want to change that moving forward.
Exactly. And that is why when you're going to recognize now, when you come into the health system, because it's one of the policies that we want to change within the health system, is that when you come in, even if you're coming in for something that's not HIV related, say you broke your hand and you had to go to A&E or whatever, you're going to realize that we're going to start asking everybody who comes in, you want a HIV test because you're here, it's free, let me do it now, we're already here, kind of thing.
Just work it in.
Just work it in, exactly. Because we recognize that people are not getting tested as frequently as they should, and this is an opportunity for you to get tested. So we're not targeting anybody. No, that is not you. We see and hear anything about you or anything like that. No. It is just part of what we will be doing in the health system shortly, to ensure that we know everybody who is HIV positive, because again, the medication is there, the medication is available, and we can do something about it if we find out.
Yes, and you know what? I could go on and on with this convo because it's so informative, but we are out of time. So we just want to thank you, Dr. Faith, for being here. Thank you for being a part of Brunch. And we have to continue this conversation, so you have to come back at a later time. Yeah?
Certainly. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
Yes, and blessings to you.
Same
from
to
our
you.
family to yours. We're going to take a break, guys. But before we do that, let me take you to our trivia question for today. This Leeward Tobago beach was voted best beach in the Caribbean many times. The answer at the end of the show. We'll be back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video calls, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store or online today at discoverflow.co.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
So your car break down.
Oh, no, not again.
And you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McCall Group.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch number 1, the building formerly occupied by Coastal. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, building 1 and 2.
Wait, I don't even have suit and thing for this wedding. Why getting them things?
Call a port my right over there.
Alright, thanks.
The Port Mall, where the varieties are large from your favorite stores, from restaurants to salons and from clothing stores to jewelry stores, located at Sanctus Hills, Scarborough, Tobago. Telephone number is 868-334-6589.
Wow. I didn't expect to see you here. Look good.
Thanks. It's all because of you and Pork Mall. But here now, I'm going to talk with you. You want to join me?
Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
Beat the rush and come on down to the Port Mall.
We are back with Brunch, a taste of Tobago. It's a wonderful, wonderful Friday. It's a wonderful and blessed day on the island of Tobago. And you know, I'm so happy to be speaking with my guests for this segment. Now, most of you would have remembered the conference that is coming up of prophetic release. And my wonderful guest was here before, Sharon Forrester George, and we had a wonderful conversation. So they on us now.
Yes.
And so we have to delve into what is happening. So we welcome Sharon Forrester George to the show, and of course, Dr. Joanne Nichols. So thank you so much, ladies, for being a part
It's
of
our pleasure.
Brunch.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I have been waiting because the last time you were here, you were speaking on the plans that you guys have and, you know, the direction that you want to go. So it's finally here. Finally. So
can't believe it.
Yeah. So let's start with you, Dr. Nichols. Tell me, what has the journey been thus far in getting to this point?
It will start when Minister Sharon mentioned the theme to me when she was having this conference, when the Lord spoke to her and she was having this conference, and she obeyed the Lord and she asked me to be a speaker. And when she mentioned the theme, fresh wind, new fire, prophetic release, I felt that thing so deep in my spirit. It was like an immediate awakening, right? And I know this is of God. She heard from the Lord. She heard from the Lord, and this conference is of God. God has earmarked Tobago. God has earmarked Tobago for a fire, to ignite a fire in the hearts of the people. My goodness.
Yes.
He has. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what God is about to do. I'm anticipating Him moving in a way that we have never experienced before, because it's a fresh wind, you know. It's not a stale wind. It's a fresh wind.
There's so much power in
yes,
that.
Yes, and there's a new fire. We have not experienced this fire before, right? So I'm excited. Thank you, Jesus, it has arrived.
And I'm loving so much because you speak with such passion. You know, it's like there's that undying love for the Lord, and I absolutely love it. So Sharon, back to you. Well, you've been here before, so by now you are accustomed to brunch, right?
Yes.
So tell me, remind us again when the conference is taking place, time, venue. Let's go there, and then we'll delve into what we can expect from the conference.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, our conference officially starts this evening at 6 p.m. at the Annie Mitchell Auditorium at the Scarborough Library, right here in Scarborough, Tobago. We start at 6 p.m. sharp. All right, for those of you that do not have tickets as yet, you can feel free to purchase tickets at the door. Yeah, upon entry. The entry fee, it's $200.
Right.
You know, even if you cannot make both days, the entry fee is Yes, so just be minded about that. And we just want to, what we call the clarion call, the last lap, you know, just to invite you in case you didn't think it through. It's upon us today.
Yes.
And I mean, the anticipation is there, the excitement it has been bubbling. I actually honestly feel it from yesterday. God, I be like, because you know you're going with the planning. So when I was like, it's really today? I was like,
yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
So it kind of like gets to that point, and then you have to take a step back and yes, it's here, and
delegates have arrived. The speakers are on the island. You know, our international guests is on our way. Their way, because it's more than one of them.
Right.
Some have already landed. We have persons that attend the conference coming from Trinidad. We have persons that came from Guyana. You know, and then we have Los Angeles, US. You know, so it's our first international conference, and we try to always bring something that is for the entire family. So just ministers, as I mentioned earlier, in the dance arena, but we're talking to ministers in general, ministers
Yes.
in whatever capacity you serve. Whether you're in church you're serving or you're not serving yet, we're serving our families.
Yes.
It's important that, you know, we position ourselves in this time and this season to really see and hear what God is doing as we prepare ourselves to go into another season, because a new year will be upon us very soon. So Tobago,
Very soon.
come out.
Very, very
Come
soon.
out.
What can we expect? I mean, I know you don't want to let all
Just show a little
cats out of the bag. But what are some of the things that we can expect? Because I know others are looking on, and I know the buzz, I hear it, I feel it, and it's definitely something that, hey, this is gripping at me, and I need to see this through. Feeling getting. What are some of the things that we could expect from the conference?
What you're going to expect? Excellent worship. You can expect excellent worship in songs, and then of course, you can't have a dance ministry hosting a conference and not have dance.
Of course.
Right? So we're gonna have dance. We're gonna have in the release of the word. We're gonna have. You just have to come, because if we go in too much, we'll give away what tonight is gonna be too much. You know, but we're gonna time, because you know tonight gonna be 2 presenters. We have ministry and dance gonna come also, not one, more than one. And then we have songs in, and then we want to allow the speakers them to move as the Holy Spirit would allow them. So time is of the essence, right? We're catering. You don't have to study about getting something to eat that is already in your ticket speaker. We are taking care of that. Your stomach will be nourished along with your spirits.
Right. Yes.
We wanted them to come with an open heart and an open mind just to receive, you know, and be in a spirit of expectation. That's all we can ask.
And just because I love the fact that you open heart and mind, because that's where it all starts. And you have to allow yourself to feel. You have to allow yourself to let in, because some of us, when the Holy Ghost talking to us, we want to do all other things, you know. Sometimes we just don't listen when we should.
Yes.
And so I love the fact that you said open mind, open hearts. Let that just be a blank canvas and be ready to pull in and receive and declare.
It's a time for that.
Yeah.
Right? So we promise that we won't be boring. It wouldn't be a boring conference.
Yes.
It's not, right? It's not just talking and just come out. And Saturday, tomorrow, we're asking persons, especially those from the dance fraternity that do worship in dance, we're asking them to come out with their, you know, the garments, because we are planning something nice that we want that is partaking to participate in. Right. So it will be, you know, and tomorrow is from 10, so we go until from 10 to 4, at the said venue. So we have a lot in store.
There's quite a lot. It's so exciting. And, you know, I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling that type of frequency. And it's definitely something that is not going to be boring. I love the fact that you said it's by no means is this going to be boring at all, at all, at all. So come out, be an open canvas, and be ready to receive. But let's just go off the topic a bit here, because I'm looking at these outfits, right?
Okay.
So let me just speak on the style that has graced the brunch set today. Now, I am loving both looks. Okay, so this is very chic, you know, couture, if I had to do fashion. And then Sharon is hitting me now with the official CEO type of look.
I feel it.
So, so with the jackets, and, you know, I love jackets, and you put your nice T-shirts inside.
Because it's Friday, you know.
Right,
but we want to be warm and welcoming, still professional.
Yes.
But, you know, casual flats, you know, pointies, yes.
So I just
had to was done by yours truly, you know.
Right.
Yes, you know. So
because
I keeps it so well.
Fixing
yes.
And making sure, you know, the hair is in place and stuff like that. But what I was looking at, and you guys need to have a shoe cam. You see Dr. Nichols' shoes? If she could leave that.
Tobago updates.
Yeah, if she could leave that with me. Yeah.
Sure.
So we could look forward to so much of praise, of worship, of thanksgiving, you know, declaring that God is doing something in our space. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new type of life. And I am so happy that I get the chance to really meet persons like you. Had I not been doing this show, I would not have met you.
Not really,
Yeah.
True.
And a part of what you're doing, and it's a wonderful, beautiful thing.
And we appreciate you for always taking your time and answering when a message answered. I was like,
yes,
like,
yes, because I saw it and I said, oh, look, my friend Sharon. Is Sharon coming back today? So, you know, I had to, because I said, okay, we spoke briefly before, and I said, okay, it's upon us now. So she has to come back and really let us know what's going on.
And I thank you so much for having us.
You're so welcome. I'm just loving the looks. If only I could take some pictures. Yeah. I would just take the pictures. Yeah.
She did the hair.
Yeah. So, you know, we just want to thank you so much from our family to yours. Blessings, peace, and light.
Yes.
And also success.
Thank you.
In whatever you endeavor to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And if I may share, you know, yesterday we actually celebrated our 5 years, Cheka, as a ministry.
Oh,
5
congratulations.
years. And to reason the conference come forth in this manner, because I always try to present something to the public that the public could partake in around time of ministry.
Definitely.
Yes, and we know the number 5. Numbers, colors is everything, right? So the number 5, it represents grace.
Yes.
So we thank God for the grace that He has afforded us, you know, to survive and to strive still as a ministry coming up, you know, under others.
Definitely.
It's been
And
a
I
pleasure
love
serving
it.
Tobago this
Yes,
far.
and it's always a pleasure having you. So again, thank you so much for being with us today. And we're going to take a break, guys. We're going to be back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago. But before I do that, our trivia question for today is a really, really good one. The Leeward Tobago Beach that was voted best beach in the Caribbean many times. What is the name of this Leeward Tobago beach? The answer at the end of the show. We're going to take a break and we're going to be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago.
Suffering with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. We been drinking with Amplia. We winning with Amplia. Sign up now for 50% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause B-Mobile they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prizes, cause this season will be your nice day. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price. The most giveaways, the most parade. Having a Christmas season with B-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with B-Mobile. Bring me sorry, let me toast to a Merry Christmas. Christmas. Having a Christmas season with Be Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up, or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Trinbago Christmas. Be mobile. Life is on.
Welcome to Standard, and today we're launching High. It's our newest brand that Standard is launching, and it's where luxury meets affordability. We're very proud of this brand. It's taken some time to get the right collection in place, and we're also going to continue to improve on our collection as time goes by and we listen to our customers more. We've changed our suppliers for this collection to European suppliers, so you're going to get that European finish. We've been very pleased by some of the results that we've been seeing in terms and response to it in the market, and we're so glad to bring it to Tobago and show Tobago what Standard could, grow with them as well.
It's not just about looking good or having materials that are easily cleaned or sustainable materials, because the important thing about this particular collection is that it is quality. It is meant to last, and it lives up to the Standard name about never beating on quality and price. This furniture particularly, especially our outdoor line, which ranges from fiberglass, plastic types of outdoor stools, outdoor chairs, even the outdoor furniture, it is built to last.
That's the importance with High, right? It's not only looking good, it's going to feature things that make your life easier, and it's not too damaging on the pocket. That's important for us.
This furniture fits the lifestyle of Tobago, of the Tobago customer, of the Tobago guest. It is the perfect type of furniture for you.
Brunch, a taste of Tobago. One of the things that I love about doing this show, I meet so many people. I meet so many people of various spheres in Tobago, in Trinidad, the Caribbean, and it's a wonderful place to be. It's a wonderful place to be a part of what's going on. And I am so proud. I'm so honored. My next guest has been so wonderful to me, a mother figure, a mentor, everything. Just sit and talk and just reason. She would give me advice, I would give her advice, and it's just that kind of relationship. Mrs. Arlene Daniel joins us, and she is the artistic director of Rhythmic Vibrations and, of course, Rhythm Babes. And it's a wonderful, wonderful time, a Christmas concert taking place in our midst. And I really want you guys to take this in, because we have some phenomenal performers, singers, dancers, actors, you name it. And this group has everything that I just mentioned and more. So, Auntie Arlene.
Morning. Good morning to everyone. Nice.
Thank you for being here. Like I was saying before we came back, it came across my mind recently, and you're here today, and this is something that is so spiritual.
Yes,
it's
it
so
is.
cosmic. And I looked at my rundown and I'm seeing Arlene Daniel, Rhythmic Vibration, and then I had to smile to myself because I said, my mind just ran on you. So what has been going on in the space? A lot has been going on. Tell us about the upcoming concert.
Okay.
Yeah?
So, Rhythmic Vibrations, Rhythm Babes, on the 17th of December, we'll be having a Christmas production. It is entitled My Christmas Story. It will be held at Shaw Park Cultural Complex, 6 p.m.
Right.
Right? And, we are really inviting persons to come out. It will be an exciting time, and it's for the whole family. Fantastic, enjoyable. You know, it's all about two young persons reminiscing about their Christmas. You know, it begins with one of them out in the cold, in the country, out
There's a
in
tale
the
of
snow
goodwill
and so.
and
But then reminiscing about what it's like at home, back home in the West Indies, the warmth, the joy, the togetherness, you know, and not forgetting the birth of Jesus Christ, that total celebration. So it's really explosive, I must say. And they are going to see performances from the 3-year-olds right up to the seniors, to the adults, straight through teenagers to the seniors.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that I always loved about you, your sense of inclusion. So you had so many ages being a part of your space. And this is something that, you know, results in this continuity. It's like a
Yes.
legacy. It's like, okay, when I pass on, you're in good hands. And that's a
Yes.
lovely, lovely thing because you've been doing this for so long.
Yes. And because actually, I usually write the productions. But this year, this one, my story, it's mainly written by Clavia Simpson.
Okay, so
You
good
know,
morning
yes,
to
so it's
Clavia.
passing on the legacy, training them and, you know, developing them in their own space and time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it
So,
helps so much because it gives them this confidence
yes.
that they may or may not have had they not been a part of arts and culture. So it's so important
Yes.
to have them involved and from very young ages as well. So you get a chance to really mold,
yes.
get in there and guide.
Right through to adulthood, right through. And I must say, anyone who comes, anyone who is part of this, you would be investing in these young people's future because all proceeds will be going towards a dance studio which we have begun in
Right.
Camby. You know,
Okay.
so they have their very own dance space.
That is so
So yeah, so we
wonderful.
really encouraging persons to come out and to be a part of it and to, you know, get your tickets. You can get it from any member of the group, and then electronics right here on the mall.
Right.
Yeah.
If we wanted to contact you, how could we reach you?
773
Right.
1426.
Okay.
773-1426. The cost of the concert, adults $150 and children $75. Trend primary school each. Under 5 years, they are free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remind us of the date and venue again.
Right, December the 17th, Sunday the 17th of December at 6 p.m. Shore Park Cultural Complex.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Shore Park, look out.
Yeah, don't miss it,
17th.
don't miss it.
Yeah,
Bring out
rhythmic vibrations.
bring out the entire family.
It's a wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful place to be. I love it when young people are doing positive things. I say that so many times on this show, it's not even funny. I love when this is highlighted as well. Let us highlight when our
Yeah.
young people are doing positive things.
You know, it's very time consuming, but we have to be there for them. We have, you know, you can't just sit in the negativity, so much negative things happening. We have to show them a way out, show them there's something else, something different. And a lot of them have the talent in them and they don't even know, you know.
Yes.
Because when they come, they say, you know, they usually come to dance. They love the dancing. But I said, yeah, you sing, you dance, you do drama. And Miss, I can't sing, but in the end, when they hear those voices, they say, Miss, I didn't know I could have sung. You know?
So you bring
You
out,
bring out what they have in them and they
inside.
don't even know. Especially the drama. They are so dramatic and they don't even know it's in them. You know, yeah. So it's a joy, it's a good work to be working with these young people, especially in a time like now. especially at that
with all the challenges, because there's so many
Yes.
that are pulling and tugging at our youth. And, you know, positive influences are so important right now. So important. And I feel that getting involved in arts and culture, in sports, you know, these types of, you know, it's so important for young minds.
And I always try to broaden their horizons. So as often as I can, I take them out of Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago. I take them out. So we just came back from a beautiful trip in Jamaica, where we had some fantastic performances there. You know, on behalf of Tobago, it was really explosive, I should say. You know, so yeah, they are really well developed, well rounded, you know, and I do a lot of moral building up too. Moral stuff, yes, moral values.
So
That's
how
a thing.
long has Rhythmic Vibrations been in existence?
For the past 20 years.
So
Yeah,
that's like a
27.
legacy right there.
Yes, it is.
That is a legacy right there. And you know, I love the fact that we get to see and be a part of what our young people are doing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I mentioned earlier, you know, that you were that type of person to me, you know, always willing to help, always willing to have a conversation. You know, we sit and we reason about things and, you know, we talk. And, you know, it took me back because most of the conversations that I would have had, it would have been with persons who were not my age. I'm talking full men and women, certain age. I would have had certain conversations with. So sometimes we need the wisdom of the elders. We definitely need that as much as the young people's energy.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we could bridge the two,
that's important.
That will be awesome. If we could bridge those two factors.
And it keeps us young.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Because you're there with them and just enjoying every moment.
What are some of the high points for you, like being the director of Rhythmic Vibrations? I know there's so many.
So many high points. Oh, there. Okay, let me see. The coming together with competitions, and when we take part in our various competitions, usually they are in winners' room. For this past Best Village, we took part in the singing the calypso medley and folk medley, and we won it all.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they brought home the trophy. And they are usually up there 1, 2, the winners row 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, you know? Yeah, and we actually, one of our main highlights was when we went to Wales in that estate competition. I took them to the musical competition there. And they came second overall in the world in singing and in dancing. You know, they didn't go just as dancers or just as singers. It was such a high point that it's the same group doing all this. So everybody, you know, and to go and win against 30-something, 40-something countries.
It's wonderful. And it speaks to our unique abilities as well. We have a natural rhythm to the way we do things as Trinbagonians. And it speaks. So when we touch down, as they say, you know it, you hear it, you feel it.
Yes. And in May, I took a contingent of about 76 of them to 80 to Trinidad. We did a big production at Naparima Bowl. Yes.
So
there's
wonderful
certain-
things are happening. We want to thank you so much for being a part of Brunch
Yes,
today.
thank you for having me. Thank you so very much.
Yes, it has been a pleasure as always, and we wish you so much success and blessings in whatever you endeavor to do. Yes. So you guys look out for Christmas concerts.
My Christmas
My
Story.
Christmas Story. Yes, My Christmas Story, put on by the Rhythmic Vibrations family. This takes place on December 17th, Shaw Park Cultural Complex.
At 6 p.m.
At 6 p.m.
And they can buy tickets at the venue. They can actually pay
Right,
at the
so
venue.
you can buy tickets at the venue. For those of you who are wondering, you can purchase tickets there. So we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. But before I do that, our trivia question for today. This Leeward Tobago beach was voted best beach in the Caribbean many times. The answer at the end of the show. We'll be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video calls, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store or online today at discoverflow.co.
There's a tale of goodwill, and with a cheerful chance, you'll witness all its glory and splendor in a glance.
A Christmas story to put your emotions in a trance. And luckily, Rhythmic Vibrations coming out to sing, act, play, and dance.
The Rhythmic Vibrations and Rhythm Babes Performing Arts Company presents My Christmas Story.
And 'tis the season for a tremendous tale.
Ah, yes. Sunday, December 17th from 6 p.m. sharp at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex.
Bring the entire family to enjoy this heartwarming production.
Tickets cost $150 for adults and $75 for children.
Tickets are available at Den's Electrical Port Mall, Scarborough, Tobago, or via any company member. For more information, contact 773-1426.
See you there.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supply specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-867. 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Back to Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. Now, this is a wonderful moment because I feel such splendor in the room. And it's Friday, and the brunch set is always buzzing. We have so many people from so many aspects and forums of Trinidad and Tobago. And so today we're going to speak on Miss Trinidad and Tobago 2024. Now, my very good friend, Mr. Nathaniel Nathan, is a staple of this event. And you know, we took the time to really get to know him before, and it's a wonderful thing when you actually come into the Tobago space and experience in what we have to offer. So, Cocoa Velvet Agency, we say good morning to you and we say thank you so much for making us a part of what you're doing. So we get to meet the delegates, and this is what I've been waiting for so long, and it has finally arrived. Right? So I am officially happy. I'm officially proud. Today, my first delegate is Miss Ricia Lindo. And Miss Tobago 2024 beauty pageant is something that is a legacy. It's on its way to becoming just that. And so we speak to Ricia today. And before I introduce her, let me just make mention that the pageant is upon us. It's going to be held at the Shore Park Cultural Complex on February 4th, 2024, to select a Tobago delegate, a Tobagonian representative, who will travel to the sister isle of Trinidad. And to Trinidad, good morning to you. And this is a part of the Cocoa Velvet International Fashion and Model Management Agency. They are producing the pageant with the support, of course, of the Tobago House of Assembly, Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, and the Office of the Prime Minister, Sports and Culture Fund. So let's speak to my lovely guest, Miss Ricia Lindo. Ricia, good morning to you.
Good morning, Janelle, and good morning, Tobago. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Just one little correction. I am not a delegate, although I wish I could be. It was always a wish of mine to be a delegate in a beauty pageant. But that ship has sailed. My role with Cocoa Velvet International Fashion Management is to assist the delegates with their communication skills development. My role is the Marketing and Communications Executive, where I get the privilege to support Christopher Nathan, who is the organizer of the establishment. I get to work with the girls in helping them on their path to self-discovery and articulate not only in closed spaces, but definitely on a platform when they present themselves to the Tobago population, to the Trinidad population, and hopefully to the global, population as well.
What is the training like? Like an average day of training would include what?
Well, an average day for training for me would be taking the girls through a process of introspection where they get to learn themselves. Self-awareness and self-management is key in defining and refining who you are as a person and more so as a woman. Right? Because we are all unique. We are all different. We are the flowers of the world. Some of us may be purple, some may be yellow, some may be red. We are the rainbow of the world. And so bringing those qualities out and then defining using words and, of course, using action, like in the way that you walk, in the way that you talk, in your sense of style, and even in your aura, how you present yourself to the world. Those are some of the aspects that we work on when we have our sessions, how to articulate yourself in a way that is acceptable societally, and because at the end of the day, you're representing Tobago on a global scale, and so you really want to attract and appeal to those who in the audience because you want to get their support.
Yes. I love the fact that you take the time. I mean, time. This word time, we say it so basic and so nonchalantly, but time, and you're taking the time to really foster that growth and development. It's a wonderful thing because, we believe that when we represent, we should see ourselves as ambassadors as well. And we should represent well in whatever sphere, in whatever we endeavor to do. And this is so wonderful that you guys are taking this initiative.
And just not to cut across, but
yes.
I'm happy that you picked up on that word, that key word called time. You know, the fact that you point it out as it being so casually tossed about, but for women, time is a very big deal for us.
Yes.
A lot of our growth and development involves time. There is a time for us to reach a certain stage in life. There's a time for us to be married. There's a time for us to raise children. There's a time for us to have careers that we want. And so while others may not think about it, it takes so much time to develop yourself and to develop others. And a lot of the times it goes unnoticed. And I think this is one of the pain points a lot of mothers or even caregivers can identify with. When you take the time to invest and to nurture, you know, young people and people on a whole, it takes time, and I'm very happy to hear you, you know, really pull that out. You know, it says so much. Yes,
it's something that really speaks to life.
Yes,
on a whole.
Yes.
And no matter what, we need to be very realistic when we have certain conversations.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and you know, when I met Christopher when he was here and he spoke so highly of his team, that stood out for me, because sometimes you have people who prefer to be a one-man show, prefer to be a one-woman show, when there's a whole team that is doing the most.
Yes.
And that spoke so much to the type of agency you guys work at, the type of camaraderie you have, the type of understanding you have.
Yes.
So I was very, very pleased when, you know, the initiative, you know, came about and I started hearing about the Miss Tobago, and, you know, I was very, very pleased and very, very honored that you guys took the time to really get in there and train and to have those conversations, you know, and make sure that representation is at its highest points.
Highest quality. And I must say, it's such a joy working at Cocoa Velvet International, just because Christopher, he's such a great leader, and he onboards people who are so passionate about what they do. And let's face it, the creative sector is full of very passionate people.
Definitely.
And
colorful.
Yes, that's why I said we are the rainbow of the world, okay? And so it's really refreshing to working a space. Well, for me, my background is in finance, and so I am a creative at heart. And being able to express myself and to work with young people is also very refreshing for me, because it brings back a lot of my childhood memories and dreams that I had that I didn't get an opportunity to pursue because, you know, life is lifing, right?
It happens.
And so, you know, for a lot of parents out there, you know, they may have their doubts about, you know, getting their children involved in the creative sector as a whole, and even more so in fashion or in the arts, because they may think, well, you know, there is no money in it, it's not lucrative, you know, in the Caribbean there isn't much opportunities, but that is the furthest thing from the truth. If you look around, if you look at television, for instance, everything you see there is the arts. It's media.
Yes.
It is creatives creating your world, and you didn't even know it. Are you aware that it is the creative community that is creating the world that you live in?
And bringing things to life.
Yes.
That's a wonderful thing, a wonderful place to be, a wonderful, you know, time for creatives. A friend of mine said if we had none, we would have a very, very dull world if we had no creatives. So it's a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago. But our trivia question for today, let's just take a look at that. You realize I keep mentioning it because I want someone to get the answer. The Leeward Tobago Beach was voted best beach in the Caribbean many, many times. The answer at the end of the show. We'll be right back with more Brunch, a taste of Tobago, where we get to meet our wonderful, wonderful delegates. We'll be right back.
But this place so boring, you know. We don't even do nothing. Let me go somewhere now.
I really want some new things, yes?
Then look no further. Portmore is the place for you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You can have anything that your heart desires. Take a look for yourselves. A world of endless opportunities. Feeling hungry? Go get something to eat. Books and stationeries, games, and much more. Portmore, the island's beat.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
So your car break down
Oh, no, not again.
and you're worried paying a wrecker could mean a pocket breakdown too. But when you're insured with Tatil, no stress.
Yes!
A Tatil motor policy has lots of benefits that protect your pocket, like free roadside assistance. That's free 24/7 every time, as many times as you need. Tatil, where people are people. A member of the Ansa McCall Group.
We are back. It's such a wonderful day, a wonderful Friday on the island of Tobago. I am graced with such beauty and such elegance, and the brunch set just, had so many, types and everybody's just so beautiful, so elegant, and just, really living life and doing things that they love to do. And it's a wonderful place to be right now. So I thank you for staying with us. I thank you for being a part of Brunch. And, due to overwhelming interest in the Miss Universe and Miss World pageants, Trinidad and Tobago Fashion and Beauty Weekend package with 3 hotel partners offering special accommodation rates from February 2nd to 5th, 2024. Patrons can use the special code to book their rooms at Viola's, Comfort Inn and Suites, and the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort. Each patron booking the Tobago Fashion and Beauty Weekend package will receive a complimentary Platinum VIP All Access ticket to attend Making Style Tobago, the brand name of the pageant. And I absolutely love what you guys are doing. So thank you so much to Coco Velvet's agency. Thank you so much to Christopher Nathan. Oh my gosh, Rissia Lindo, thank you so much for being a part of our life. And greater to introduce a very beautiful daughter of the soil. And she walked in and there was this grace, there was this confidence, and there was this natural beauty. And she came and she sat down and she's poised and she's ready for whatever I decide to ask of her today. And this is one of the things that I'm so proud of. So I welcome to the set Miss Speyside Tobago, Monique Joseph. Monique, thank you so much for being a part of Brunch. How are you? Let me ask you that first. How are you doing today?
I am doing so good. I'm very excited.
I'm representing Speyside. You know, that's home.
Yes.
So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Tell me a little bit about what inspired you to take this journey to the Miss Tobago pageant.
Yes. So my inspiration is self-growth. You know, Tobago is a small space, and you know, pageants are few and far apart. So when I saw this, I was like,
Yeah.
this is something I want to be a part of. And thus far, it has exceeded my expectations.
You know, I absolutely love when these types of opportunities arise.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a chance to grow, it gives you a chance to evolve.
Yes.
It gives you a chance to learn as much as you can. You're always going to be learning new things, always going to be meeting new people, having various conversations. You know, and one, the human being, growth is so important. What are some of the challenges that you faced upon entering the competition?
So I think a challenge for most persons is probably criticism. You know, but despite criticism, you really have to see yourself as your best every time. So it's okay to note criticism because some are positive, but you really have to have that thick skin, especially, you know, among the Tobago space. You have to go past that.
Definitely. And I love the fact that you said you have to go past it, because it just seems like noise, and it just seems like a distraction. Do you get that? Do you get that feeling? And so you choose what you want to let in. You choose what you want to come into your mind. You choose what you want to stay there. And if you're giving me noise and you're giving me negativity, then I am just going to go the opposite direction. Yeah. And I know there are so many challenges just being young people, just being a youthful person. There are challenges there. Being a young woman in today's society, there are challenges there. And so being involved in the pageant, being involved in this type of platform, you know, where you get to express yourself. You get to express yourself freely and confidently. How does that feel for you?
It's really an honor. You know, I always try to be a role model for young persons, even in my community or, you know, among my peers. We really need to see ourselves as queens throughout life. You know, I don't need a crown to portray grace and confidence and poise. You know, so these are the type of things that you have to normalize within young girls. And yes.
How would you describe your personal style? If you had to give me in your own words, what would your personal style be?
My personal style, I like to switch it up. You know, I dress for the occasion. So today I wanted to give classy and, you know, elegance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So classy elegance.
Yes.
And then we put just a little bit of chic in there, because it's definitely chic. Because you went classy, you went elegant, but it's not just classy, it's a classic look. So it's very timeless. It can go and you can wear it from now till the cows come home in 2030 and all these, and it is still going to be classy. And that's a wonderful, wonderful attribute to have. Did you have that light bulb moment where you felt like your self-confidence is growing? Did you feel that upon entering the pageant?
Yes. Even now as I'm sitting here, I definitely feel like I've grown a lot. You know, our trainers, they have really poured into us. You know, really boosting our self-confidence, teaching us about deportment and, you know, diet, stuff like that. It's really been an unforgettable experience.
You know, one of the things that really stand out, and I said this earlier, when you enter into a platform such as a pageant, pageantry in its own, there's so many layers.
Yes.
Because you get there and you're not just representing your village, you're not just representing Tobago, you're representing yourself, but you are an ambassador. And so in your mind, it's like, okay, I have to represent and represent well.
Yes.
I have to represent with pride and honor and elegance, and and these are some of the things that I just said. This is something that you embody. I see you, I feel it from you. I feel it in the way that you express yourself. And this comes when you start out on that journey in getting to know yourself.
Yes.
And I believe that has been, at the pinnacle of you entering the pageant, getting to know yourself.
Yes.
Yeah? What do you think, if you had to give me a crucial issue, what would you speak on?
I would speak on probably violence. And as we talk about violence, sometimes it stems from different issues. It could be poverty and it could be education. So, that's a topic that is truly
important.
Yes.
Vital, yeah?
Yes. And so my cause for this pageant is going to be a literacy enhancing project.
Okay.
Right? So what we're going to do is help young people in Speyside and environs to, learn the basics of reading and writing. Some students are truly left behind and they sort of give up and, they end up not passing their exams and not being able to enter the workforce. So I think that this initiative is really going to help in a wider picture deter persons from violence, because they're going to be doing something positive with themselves.
And that's the thing. And we seem to sweep it under the carpet. So it's so amazing that you're saying this to me right now, because I heard it so many times before that we need to educate.
Yes.
In order to liberate ourselves. Mentally, some of us just aren't there because we were not in a place to receive a formal education. Reading and writing, we take for granted.
Yes.
Going to the bank and being able to sign your name, we take for granted. And I'm so loving the fact that you chose this route because it speaks so much. It's so candid. It's real. And that's the reality. That's life. That's what we deal with. That's what we're going through right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I also love the fact that you speak so well. It's like your tone, your tonal quality, your diction.
Thank you.
Your confidence. And this comes with growth. So it takes me back to growth. And also being so comfortable in your skin that you can speak intelligently on whatever topic is thrown at you.
Yes.
And this is also a part of growth.
Yes.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you guys would do? What is an average training session day like? What does that entail in terms of coming into the pageant and having like your one-on-one sessions? What does an average day entail for you?
Okay, so we focus a lot on communication. Like you said, diction.
Right.
Being able to express yourself clearly. We also do a lot of walking. We do posture. We also do a lot of, self-care tips. Things that you wouldn't usually know that but you can see that it represents you.
Definitely.
Yes.
You know, I had so much fun. I am so proud. I usually have all my words together and I'm speechless because I'm just so proud. I'm so proud of where you guys are at. I'm so proud of the way that you represent us. I'm so proud that you are so confident in your uniqueness, in your culture, in your history. And so you represent with that sense of pride, that sense of honor. And, you know, we just want to wish you all the best. We want to wish
Thank you.
so much blessings, so much peace, love, and light, so much success, you know, in whatever you endeavor to do from here onward.
Yes.
And we thank you for being brave enough.
Thank you.
To take this journey. So this was Miss Monique Joseph, Miss Bayside Tobago, and we had a lovely conversation. And like I said, we're going to be meeting the delegates. And, you know, it's going to be a wonderful time. So you guys need to stay tuned. Thank you so much, Monique, for being with us. And we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. But before we do that, you know I have to mention this wonderful trivia question yet again. I think it's so interesting. I think, you know, I'm feeling the vibe like someone should get this right. This Leeward Tobago beach was voted best beach in the Caribbean many times. Your answer at the end of the show. We'll be right back with more Brunch, a Taste of Tobago.
For 50% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch number 1, the building formerly occupied by Coastal. Our grant and electrical inspectorate services can be accessed at number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, building 1 and 2.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Welcome back to Brunch, a Taste of Tobago. So like I said, guys, we are so privileged and honored to meet some of our delegates for the Miss Tobago pageant. Now, here's the thing. We are really taking the time to delve into the beauty and the talent that we have right here in Tobago. And for me, that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. And so I'm going to be talking to my next guest, Miss Golden Lane sits with me today, Vanessa Ortiz. And you know, Vanessa walked in, and I cannot help but speak on the grace. I cannot help but speak on, you know, that elegance. And it's just like you're walking, and you know, if there were palm trees, they would be swaying in rhythm. You know, it just felt like a whole vibe. And so I had to speak on that. So Vanessa, thank you so much for being a part of Brunch.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. How has it been so far? How has the journey been for you so far?
It has been one that tested my time management skills because I am currently pursuing my bachelor's in business management. I am an entrepreneur. I also am an employee of the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy. And now I have to also balance the pageant homework that I have from time to time.
Oh, yes. That homework. You have to get that homework done, you know, because you have to be on point because you want to represent and represent well. So you have to get that homework done. But what are some of the you know, the issues that would stand out for you? Like if you had to speak on a social issue that's plaguing your country or economy, what would you speak about?
The social issue I would speak about, it relates to the creative industry. As a fellow creative myself, I have seen where the creatives need a space to flourish. They need mentors, they need spaces where they can grow, spaces where their talents can be used for the betterment of Tobago on a whole. For example, France, a lot of persons go there to see the museum and the Eiffel Tower. Why don't we have persons coming here for all local talent and art? We need to start capitalizing on that, and that is what my initiative is about for the Tobago pageant. I'm focusing on art tourism, where it is our creatives have the opportunity to showcase their gifts and their talents to the world. And I remember being in a seminar recently for the division that I work for, and he attested to all the Caribbean islands having sun, sea, and sand as their brand. What does Tobago have to offer? Our creatives can now be the ambassadors for us and generate an income doing so.
I love it. I love it because I say this on the show all the time. Creatives are so special because they see color. The world is colorful. Textures and tones are a must. And if we did not have you guys, it will be a dull, dull existence. And I love the fact that you're advocating for a space. Because we've been having this discussion ever since I could remember. And the discussion, the conversation, the implementation, it's not moving as fast or as rapidly as it should. You know, because when we look at the rest of the world,
they are far
they
ahead
are
of us.
far, yes, they are ahead of us. And advocating for the creative industry is something that needs to be done because we need to be able to market ourselves as well.
So that's why I'm marketing myself today.
Definitely, yes.
Because I'm an aspiring fashion designer, so I have on my design today.
Oh, so this is... So, you guys saw it for the first time on Brunch. Vanessa Ortiz presents Couture. And this is her personal design. So you guys know, we don't have spring chickens or anything in this pageant. We have lovely ladies. We have intelligent, graceful, elegant, beautiful ladies before us. And I love the fact that you guys are receiving that opportunity where you can showcase and showcase well. Yeah. What was one of your challenges getting involved in the pageant? I know that you mentioned time management being like such an issue for you. and you had to sink or swim basically and overcome that. But what else would you say stood out in terms of, okay, you know what, this is gonna be a challenge for me? What would that be?
The other challenge I believe I faced would be keeping up with appearances, because you cannot afford to slip. Persons are looking on,
right,
and you have to be on your A game at all times. You have to be well polished before you go into the public space, because you are now someone that persons are looking up to, and you have to be very mindful and careful of your behavior in the public.
What would you showcase your talent? What is your talent? What is Vanessa Ortiz going to showcase for us in our talent segment?
My talent would be singing. In Signal Hill Secondary, that's the high school I attended, I participated in music festival. I also had my opportunity to be a chorister in the church where I grew up. I would do a lot of specials, conduct song service. So singing is my talent.
Right. And fashion, style, pageantry. In times before, we would look at beauty pageants and we would very much class beauty pageants in a specific box. And there were a select few who did not really see the need for having a beauty pageant. They didn't see the need for empowerment of our young ladies. And so for Tobago, this is a large milestone. It's a large stepping stone.
It is.
And you are so privileged to be a part of the journey. You're so privileged to be a part of this is change, but it's also a legacy that we plan on continuing. It's also something that we endeavor to have grow from strength to strength.
I agree with that.
Who are some of the persons that you met that you would mention on your journey?
I would like to mention Mr. Nathan, first of all. Initially, I signed up for the Making Style workshop to advance my business. That would be the fashion design and styling. And Mr. Nathan would have attested to my potential. And I said, you know what, I'll give this a try. I'll try it. What could possibly go wrong? And I have not regretted making that decision thus far. It has empowered me. It has given me the opportunity to grow a bit more, because as you grow, you should always be seeking personal development. I was also happy to meet with Mr. Daniel Clark. He is the facilitator for the fashion design and styling. And I have been able to improve on some of my techniques based on his guidance. We also have Miss Risia Ali Lindo, Mrs. Risia Ali Lindo. She would have been our communication specialist, helping us to be prepared for this interview. One, the way we carry about ourselves in the public. Mrs. Giselle Around West, Miss World 1986, she has been one of our facilitators, teaching us the tips and tricks, the walk, the way we should move, what is expected of us. And I am so grateful that I've had the opportunity to meet with these persons, as well as our sponsors, the persons who have done our makeup, Let's Shine Limited, Miss Abigailette. And it has been amazing to network with also my fellow delegates. They are all wonderful ladies.
Yes, indeed. What about fashion? Do you believe that fashion could be a powerful forum for self-expression? How do you feel about that?
I definitely agree with that, because there are different styles. There is streetwear. There's the classy and sophisticated woman. There's boho chic. I identify with the classy and sophisticated woman. And
yes, you do.
You would see it when a person walks by you, adorned in their personal style. You can tell the kind of person they are based on their personality. Not all the time though, because as much as I am classy and sophisticated, my friends can attest to me being a bubbly and vibrant person. So it isn't always a reflection of you as a person, but it's just something that you like and you prefer to wear certain particular styles and clothing.
Definitely. But are you, because I I am seeing so much growth in you guys. It's not even funny. Do you even have in your mind how much of an ambassador you are to this island of Tobago?
Yes.
And are you ready and willing to take on that challenge of carrying that torch?
Yes, I am. I had a presentation just recently at school where we had to discuss what we see ourselves doing in the next 5 to 10 years.
Right.
What your definition of success would be. And one of my main points would be being an inspiration. And I've had the opportunity thus far to do that on various occasions, but twice at career fairs on the island, showcasing my talent. And I remember there was this one young lady. She came in her measuring tape and her meter rule, and while I was presenting, you could see the joy on her face, and it felt really good to be a part of that, because I really wished when I was going to school, I had the opportunity to see someone like that being presented at the career fairs, as well as being able to present at the Association of Female Executives Trinidad and Tobago, their September members meeting. I was a presenter there, and that was amazing to be a part of where it is. I got to share my story. So all of these things are what I am grateful for.
You know, one of the things that really stands out, I mean, we take it for granted, but public speaking. Now, I know this is something that you guys delved really, really deeply into, because if I know Christopher Nathan, he is going to make sure.
Yes, best quality.
Yes, and Miss Ricia, Linda, would make sure that you guys are so confident, because you cannot escape having to speak in public. You cannot escape that forum that you have to say something. You have to make some statement or a sentence. And so what was that like? Were you always confident at speaking, you know, in a forum, in a conference, in front of a group of persons? Did you always have that confidence, or did it grow as you entered the pageant?
I would say I had it prior to the pageant. I am a member of the Rotary Club of Rotary Club of Tobago, and that is a part of the Rotary International family. But prior to that, I was a member of the Interact Club of Southwest Tobago, and that started my journey in public speaking. But it is I was the vice president as well as the international service director.
Right.
And I am now a part of the Phoenix Society as well as the assistant public relations officer.
Okay.
So this is something I have to do on the regular. So it had to come naturally with time.
Yeah, and the confidence. What about debate club? Were you like in a debate club at school?
No, I shied away from those.
I'm sensing debating somewhere in there, but you just said no. So okay, I was off with that one. But I felt, you know, there's a confidence that you have. There's a charisma that you have.
Thank you.
And this is natural to you, but I think being involved in this journey, you have blossomed and you have grown.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you like to say to the persons watching? If you had to inspire someone today, what would you tell them?
I would say go after your purpose. When you find your purpose and you intentionally pursue it, a lot of doors open for you. And there is nothing anyone can say or do that can deter you from that once you have that solidified in your mind.
Definitely. And, you know, we just want to thank you so much for basically being brave enough to take this journey, you know, from our family to yours. Of course, we wish you blessings, love, peace, light, and also success.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, in whatever you endeavor to do.
Thank
so
you.
This was Miss Speyside, Vanessa Ortiz,
Miss
Golden Lane, my apologies, Miss Golden Lane, and Miss Speyside was here earlier. So let me just correct that. So this is Miss Golden Lane, Miss Vanessa Ortiz, and representing very, very well. We just want to thank all of the sponsors, thank everyone involved in this institution. Coco Velvet, we love you. Thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing in Tobago. You know, Christopher Nathan, I cannot stop calling your name because I feel like you just kind of just trailblazed and got everyone else involved. And of course, Ricia Lindo, thank you so much for being a part of this journey as well. So just a couple things before I break. 9 delegates will be selected to compete for the Miss Tobago 2024 title and be one step closer to participating in next year's Miss World pageant on January 21st, 2024 at the semifinals competition, which will be held at the terrace of the Comfort Inn and Suites Hotel in Scarborough. I just felt that you guys needed to know that because I know that so many people are really looking out and really wanting to see what these beautiful ladies are going to be doing. So we're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. And you know what? No, let me not take a break because this trivia question has been on my mind for so very long and I really hope that someone got it. So let's go to the trivia question. Once again, this Leeward Tobago beach was voted best beach in the Caribbean many, many times. Our answer, please. Englishman's Bay. There you have it, Englishman's Bay. And congratulations to our winner today, Josephine Moore Solomon. I was hoping somebody got this right, and you did, and we are so proud of you. We will keep in contact with you after the show. So once again, this was Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. We thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing at Tobago Updates Television. And we wish you nothing but peace, love, and light. See you next time on Brunch, A Taste of Tobago. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.